Okay, I think I corrected some stuff. We'll see if it's as glitchy. I turned the encoder settings down a bit and did a restart. Hopefully things aren't as glitchy. I apologize. I'm glad we didn't get too far into the quest. What we're doing is we're helping Keira Metz with her favor she asked of us. We went to Fyke Island and we're investigating what happened here on the island. Now, the story goes, the Nilfgaardians were tracking down the local peasants and they all came to this island or something. I don't really remember. Let's see if we figure it out. But this lamp reveals ghosts, like the last short-lived moments before they died. So we're investing this little tower on this island with that. Where's she taken? Where'd she go? What the heck? What's going on in here?
Gold! Piles of it! Oh, won't do the dead any good now, will it? Strange it's still here. The noble died a time ago. Who's that? Show yourself. Anyone there? Who are you?
He was murdered. What the heck happened? Oh, here we are. Yeah, a few goodies there. Saltpeter and silt. What's in this room? I suppose I'll take it. Up we go. I think this is near the top.
Where are you? Have you got to the laboratory at the top of the tower yet?
I'm at the top. Nothing here that looks like a laboratory.
Then you've not reached the highest level. Look for a passage.
There's a crank there. And a crank here. I'll use this one. Did that do it? That didn't do it. No. Ah, there we go. Secret doorway. What secrets are they hiding at the top floor?
Looks like a laboratory. Pretty well equipped, too.
Mage Alexander's Log, Part 2. Where's Part 1? I feel like those should be read in order.
Experimenting on humans. Never would have gotten away with it if the Conclave were still in charge.
EU.
Why did you leave? You claimed to love me. I'm cold. Why has no one come for me? I cannot leave this place. I see no way out. Who are you? Do you seek to hurt me as well?
I'm a witcher. I want to lift the curse that grips this island. Your turn to tell me who you are. The other ghosts, they couldn't see me.
I'm special. Always was. The rare beauty. The Lord's daughter. These lands, as far as the eye can see, were ours. My family and I, we hid in the Mage's Tower to await the war's end, the end of hard times. It was not to be forever.
Mage who lived here. Who was he?
Alexander? I hardly knew him. He spent most of his time locked away in this tower. He's dead too, you know. They're all dead. Mountains of corpses, yet I stand here alone, all alone. They've all abandoned me. Even he who promised me everlasting love. You will abandon me as well.
If I can lift the curse, you yourself will be free to leave. Tell me what happened here. Peasants sailed to the island to ask for food. Is that true?
No. They came to rob and kill. They thought us rich, believed we'd stowed ourselves away here to laugh at their misery. Yet we had little food as well. Too little to share with those who came. They slaughtered everyone. I heard my father cry out, but the mage told me not to reveal myself or let anyone in. He gave me a potion. If I was discovered, I was to drink it. He said everything would be all right.
Poison.
What kind of potion was it? Remember its smell? What it looked like?
I remember only that I feared to drink it.
Didn't trust the mage?
In the village, they claimed he meddled in disease. Not curing it, but causing it. They said he lured rats into the tower, infected them with the Catriona. Only rumors, surely, but I was afraid. So horribly afraid. And then I heard him. My beloved Graham. He called to me. I opened the door for him, but others rushed in. They lunged at me and...
Your beloved failed to save you. Why?
There were too many. Leave her be, he shouted. He grabbed at them, tried to stop them. They just laughed.
Did they hurt you?
They gripped my arms, tore at my dress. I managed to free myself and drink the potion, and then... nothing.
Poisoned. That how you died?
No, for I later awoke. I was alone, it was dark. Only there were rats. Everywhere. Dozens. Hundreds. And I... couldn't move.
Sleeping potion. Effects hadn't worn off yet. You were paralyzed.
They were everywhere. All over me like insects. My face, my hands. I felt them rip open my skin, then crawl into my stomach.
Death by rats.
They tore me apart, and I could not even scream. Have I not suffered enough? Why can't I leave this place?
You weren't the last to die on this island. Found a fresh corpse in the tower.
The island's a dangerous place. Folks should not venture here. I too wish to leave.
The dead man. Looked like a monster had attacked him, recently. The tower home to anything else?
How am I to know? There's lots of wraiths here. I hear them whispering every night.
Not talking about ghosts. A monster who hunts here. You must have noticed something.
I don't know. I've noticed naught. Why do you ask? Why must you press me so? You're to be my savior, not my tormentor.
Can you talk to the island's other specters?
No, I'm alone here. The others, they flee when they see me. I know not why. You do not fear me, do you?
No. Used to dealing with ghosts. Though, gotta admit, there's something about you. You're different. How can I help you?
A curse born of hatred binds me to this place. Only love's power can hope to lift it. But who could love a wraith?
And your beloved, he dead too?
Grail? No, he lives. I would know if he died. But he fled and abandoned me. Left me here all alone.
Maybe you could strip the curse of its power by forgiving him. You might cleanse the Isle. Your beloved, who is he? A noble son?
No, a poor fisherman. My father objected, strongly. He did not see us together. I miss him so. Each night I walk to the island shore to gaze upon the village. Does he remember me still?
Said before you can't leave the tower.
Did I? You must have misheard.
I don't think so.
I don't know anymore. It's all a nightmare to me.
As I see it, you're the curse's focus. The other ghosts on the island, their auras aren't nearly as strong as yours. My medallion started pulsating as soon as we started talking.
I don't know what you mean, but you do seem to know some things. You could be right. My fate is tied to the Isle, I feel that. Perhaps because I am heiress of these lands.
It could be your blood ties to the land, the base of the curse, that is. If so, forgiving Graham, laying your resentment to rest should lift it.
I loved him. I'm prepared to forgive him. But I must know that he regrets what he did. Take my bones to him. He must bury them. This will be our farewell. Will you speak to him? Will you do this for me?
Deliver your bones to your widowed husband. Sure. I think we trust her well enough.
Fine. I'll talk to Graham. Where will I find him?
He lives in the village on the lakeshore, yet... What if he's forgotten me?
If he loved you, he'll remember, and want to help.
He said he would always love me. Go to him. Make haste, please.
Annabelle's remains for delivery. Alexander's Log, Part 1. Let's read it. My experiments continue to return results I must consider unreliable. Methodological errors are not at fault. The problem lies in the shoddy and fallible research material I am forced to work with. Despite his prior assurance, whatever the name is unable to provide me with enough moderately healthy specimens for my tests. Most of the material is starved and terrified, having been dragged here straight from the dungeon. I waste a great deal of time daily washing and delousing them before I will so much as let them step foot into my laboratory. Sterility first. As Martin Sodergren managed to prove in her little-known work, the attitude of a patient undergoing treatment can have a significant impact on the battle against the disease. Unfortunately, the volunteers with which I am supplied do not show sufficient comprehension, let alone enthusiasm, for the noble work in which they are taking part. In fact, it seems they consider the research part of their punishment. I have tried a few times, though I am but a poor speaker, to convince them that they are contributing to the eradication of one of the greatest plagues tormenting mankind. I had the distinct impression they understood little, but perhaps their stupor was merely the result of the early stages of the illness. Of course, it is impossible to achieve success without significant sacrifices. The overwhelming majority of them will have to lay down their trifling lives on the altar of learning. On the altar of learning. But this is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Part 2. A few days ago, I caught myself talking to one of them, to a particularly large black male with a torn-off ear. At first, I was overcome by panic. Was this a first manifestation of the illness? Of course, that was impossible, for I had fortified my immunity with powerful spells. Upon further consideration, I concluded it was an altogether natural reflex, one even the most learned among us find hard to restrain. We mages like to be listened to. I placed the black rat in a separate cage. The time will come for it to play a part in the tests. Meanwhile, it can keep me company and observe. I've noticed it looks with great concentration at the cages of its infected brethren, particularly those in the last stages of illness. Fascinating. Speaking of company, I have none besides the black rat and cannot hope for better. Svarrad avoids a laboratory and has expressed his desire for his daughter to steer clear of me as well. At first I thought he feared a moral scandal, which would be risible in the extreme, but he explained the true reason in due course. It seems Annabelle has always possessed a fragile psychic constitution. Observing the ill might throw her into foul humors. The peasants taking part in the study have stopped speaking to me. I don't know what they believe this little act of defiance will serve. It does me no harm. They made for lousy conversation partners. There remains, of course, the woman. As for her, I tried to limit my contact. Day 362. My black rat has died. Today I found him curled up in his cage. I suspected he had become infected on accident, but during the autopsy I did not uncover any signs of illness. He was also perfectly well fed. Strange. From a medical point of view, his death remains unexplained, something which, I must admit, irritates the scholar in me. But as mentioned previously, I am not particularly fond of rats. Well, I would beg to differ. Someone that writes that much about rats, I would say, are probably pretty fond of rats. Alright, we gotta get out of this tower eventually and deliver Annabelle's bones to her alive husband. See if he warns her or not. What am I looking for?
Kept in there until the end. What a shitty way to die.
People left in cages. That would be terrible. What is this little secret? Ogrid oil. Okay. Is there anything else hidden? Oh man, this is pretty high up. Oh, this kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't see anything. Alright. Take Annabelle to Graham. That's what we'll do next. Sure, I think I looted everything I wanted down here. It's a long way down. Almost there. outside. Go to the fast travel post. Might be faster to take a boat. It looks like, yeah, I'd have to travel far anyway. Let's just go to this boat. Rot fiends. Oh, he's gonna blow up now. No problem. There's one underwater. Can we get out of here fast enough? Fast travel to that harbor. No.
This be the witch with the freak of nature. Or interesting things from my nose.
Just say to me, peasant. What's going on in there?
I want to talk.
You deaf, damn it! I told you. Who are you?
I've been to the island. I know what happened there.
What do you want of me?
Want to talk to you about Annabelle.
Annabelle? What can you know about her?
I met her. Talked to her.
Annabelle's dead. Drank poison. And I couldn't save her.
Did you love her?
Something mad. Loved her so deep I believed we'd come through, believed we'd be together. Of course, it was not to her father's liking. His daughter and a plain lout.
What happened on Fyke Isle? You gotta tell me.
'Twere Millie, Finch and Faulkner. They rallied the men, all roughs, to go to the Isle, take back what was ours from the noble. They knew I was known at the tower, that the Lord's servants would open the gate for me as soon as I sold them fish.
They forced you to go with them?
No, I saw my chance in it, for Annabelle and me to flee. But it all spun into chaos. Our boys from the village, they started killing everyone. Annabelle, they wanted to rape. First, then she drank the poison. Mage Master gave it her. I ran out the tower hollering that I wanted to die, cursing them all to hell. Don't force me to speak of it. No more, please.
Said you were hollering as you fled the tower, the island. What exactly did you say?
I don't remember. I wanted them to pay for what they'd done to her.
Might have cursed them. There's a powerful magic aura on Fyke Isle. Passions, evil intent. Strong emotions of any kind can activate it. Your words could be the curse's source.
She took the poison because of them.
It wasn't poison. Annabelle drank a strong sleeping potion. Mage wanted to protect her, make it look like she was dead. Convinced everyone.
That means... Is she... You said you spoke to her?
Spoke to her ghost. By the time she awoke, Tower was full of cold corpses. And rats. She was warm meat. Rats ate her alive.
She was alive the whole time, but... Can't be. She was cold all through like a corpse. I shook her, begged her, open your eyes. I never thought...
Annabelle needs you. Her soul will only find peace if you help her.
But what can I do? It's too late.
Bury her bones. Annabelle should be laid to rest by one who loved her. It's the only way to lift the curse that holds Fyke Isle.
Those are... her bones.
Yes.
Leave them here. And leave me be.
What will he do with her bones? Bury them? Gotta tell Miss Metz we left the curse from Fyke Isle. She killed him.
Looks like rain. Ghost. She's a pesta, and now she's free.
Pesta. What is that? Poor Graham. I don't think that was right.
A girl
He didn't know.
and plated flowers. Looks like a small shrine.
Huh. Shame. What do you do? How do I sail this boat? By punching it? No, we should take the helm. Take the helm, see if we can travel anywhere quick. Nope. Yeah, let's take Roach. Roach quicker than the boat, I think. Heck. What do you know Guardian soldiers doing here?
What do you want?
What are you doing here? What I want?
Come on, Roach.
What is this structure?
The old god demanded 6 sucklings. You didn't bring but a single scurvy run. No wonder he cursed us. We're doomed.
You's the one brought soured wine. Curse is your fault as much as mine.
What are you doing here?
What? The sun flying from the moon? We're making offerings to the all god, clearly.
You too can seek his aid. That's if you got fitting offerings. He scorned ours, then cursed the old village.
The All-God, you call him. First I've heard. Is some new deity?
Nay, 'tis ancient, revered by our forefathers. They say it were like this. Roslav of Oriton came here to gather brushwood. Suddenly, for no reason, a bush burst into flame. Then, Roslav heard a voice from the ground, demanding offerings and obedience.
We've been coming here since then, bearing gifts, in exchange for which the All-God watches over us, keeps us from evil.
Mm-hmm. Plain to see that. So, what's wrong with your offerings?
You needn't mock us, you can see right well we brought scraps. Before the war, I wouldn't give this such to me hounds. But what can we do? Such are the times.
And they're like to get worse. All-God said if he don't get a rafter of bacon and a barrel of beer at least, the rivers will fill up with frogs and locusts or some such will devour the harvest.
I could intercede on your behalf with this All-God of yours. Got a feeling we'd come to an understanding.
Well, I suppose it can't hurt to try. To speak with him, you've to stand before the altar and cry out, All-God, help a poor wretch in need. Who knows, he might just listen to a foreigner.
Is that so? Alright, well, maybe attempt this quest. Yeah, it's just level 7. We'll see what this All-God is all about. This shrine?
Oh, All-God, help a poor wretch in need. Pretty please.
How dare you disturb my divine rest, mortal?
I dare disturb it because I want your divine self to lift the, curse you cast. Those peasants really don't have.
They must bring worthy offerings or they shall face drought, driving hail, earthquakes, avalanches. I have
A ruthless
spoken.
god.
Avalanches? Here? How would that work? No answer from the All-God. Fine. We can finish our conversation when I find him. Voice came from underground.
Underground voice.
Something here. Where's that artifact Keira gave me?
That came in handy. What the heck? What is that fat looking thing?
What? Who dares disturb my divine being?
Gross.
Geralt of Rivia. Pleasure. Expected the All-God to be corporeal in form, but never thought he'd be corpulent. Fattened up nicely at those peasants' expense.
Hairy.
Expense?
Like animal.
Expense? Not a word about the help I give in return. Blessings, absolutions, enlightened advice. Believe me, these folks need all of it. I'd watch over them still if they fulfilled their end. But lately they offer these pathetic scraps.
That they steal from the mouths of their children, and to make matters worse, you cast a curse on them.
And I'll not lift it till they bring me worthy offerings. I'm to settle for curds and whey? Not a chance. And you can tell them that.
Well. See how long he's been here.
Been in this hole long?
For a century or so. One winter I found shelter here. Built a fire so large the flames leapt through the crack. Lit the bushes above. I coughed from the smoke. And suddenly heard a peasant. A voice out of nowhere, he called. A miracle. Thus, I became a god.
Parasite, more like.
Maybe
For a
so.
century he's
But
lived
what
like
of Freya
this.
and Melitele then, hmm? demanding prayers and offerings, giving naught in return. I talk at least.
Yeah, he's a greedy god. He's been greedy for a long time, but is it worth death? Or should he accept the crappy gifts and we'll do that?
Listen here,
It's the middle
lord-ass.
road.
You're gonna be satisfied with what you get, or I'll feed you to the ravens.
Plowing reformers. No, fine, fine. I'll sup more modestly. But just till the end of the war, not one day longer.
Maybe we should have killed him. Maybe the greed was worth it. I think we would have got more experience points anyway. And that's what it's about, right? Not morality. Might as well steal from his offerings. Alright, did I get everything that's... No, I didn't. Radovid 5, the Stern. We should read up about him a little bit. Get some backstory of Radovid. Enhanced insectoid oil. We need to start making oils here soon, I feel. Alright, what's this book got to say about Radovid? Which brings us to the epithet of the current ruler of Redania, the Stern. Allow me to diagnose the causes and consequences of this appellation. Firstly, the seeds of Radovid's sternness were surely planted in his childhood. When Radovid was born to King Vizimir and Queen Hedwig in 1255, this care was immediately entrusted to Philippa Ilhart, the court sorceress. While none dared question if she was fit for the role of tutor, few now envisaged her as having been a warm caregiver to a young child, and whatever harsh lessons she gave Radovid clearly left a lasting mark. The next step on Radovid's path to becoming the Stern, the death of his father when Radovid was but 13 years of age. Though rumor has it, father and son barely knew one another. The mere fact of being thrust into one's inheritance at such an early age and in such murky circumstances must have had a hardening effect. Finally, the regency finished schooling Radovid towards becoming the Stern, led by Sigismund Dijkstra of Trechegor. The Regency Council imparted upon Radovid a style of politics seeped in Dijkstra's aggressive, no-holds-barred reason of state first principles. Such are the causes of Radovid's temperament, now on the consequences. Most manifestations of his fierce manner are well known. However, a few illustrative examples might prove useful here. They include his summoning of the Order of the Flaming Rose to be his armed enforcers, his later support for the witch hunters and their zealous cause, and finally there is the massacre of Loch Muain. Yet it is the first fight against Nilfgaard that Radovid has proven himself truly the Stern. While the forces of other realms disintegrated in the face of the Empire's onslaught, he has strengthened his own realm and taken command of the joint armies of the North. Whatever their opinion of him before, all clear-eyed observers now agree. Radovid V, known also as Radovid the Stern, is the North's last bulwark against Emir's expanding power. That's good background info. I guess I forgot or didn't know that Dijkstra and such played such important roles to the forming of his character, as well as the sorceress. We'll meet her later in the game. I forget. Philippa Ilhart. That's her name. Okay. Alright, enjoy being a parasite, Mr. Allgod.
Anything new?
Talk to your old god, face to face.
And will he show us mercy?
He will. Promise to be pleased with whatever you bring.
I told you! I told you the All-God's merciful, understanding. Thanks, Witcher.
We should tell him.
Oh, one last thing. Did you know there's a crypt beneath this hill? I want to take a look sometime. Architecture's fascinating.
Hopefully that doesn't kill them, but hopefully they'll see they've been being schemed. Maybe we should go down there. Oh yeah, we need to level up. We'll do that now. Yeah, baby, we have some leveling up to do. Let's fill this red combat branch. What do we want though? Increased chances of landing a fast attack critical hit damage. Okay, that's probably the same. That would be useful. For in the heat of combat, yeah, that would be useful indeed. We'll probably get it later. I just want to keep increasing our attack right now, I think. Activate. Alright, let's see if we can... I don't know if we have any red mutagens. So we just have vitality increase and sign increase. Alright, I guess we'll keep our vitality increased. I think we'll increase our Quinn sign as well. Right there. Hey, that'll be nice to have in the future. We'll do that. Acquire that ability. And what's increasing it do? Just stamina regeneration and combat. That's all. Next level deals damage when it breaks. Yeah, that's what I want. Deals damage when it breaks with a chance for a knockdown. Sure, let's spend all of our points on that. There we go. Now we're ready to conquer the world again. I don't think they'll go down there while we're here, so it's up to them. Good luck. Alright, let's finish that quest for Keira. This one? No, this one. Yep. Come here, Roach. A nice little side quest within a side quest. No Guardians are occupying this place, it seems. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Lots of frickin' drowners. Get him, coach. Help your master. Oh gosh. Coach, what are you doing? There we go. Geralt, I think you're getting stronger. Those upgrades probably helped. Here's the good stuff. Why are there so many over here? What are they protecting? Are they just being rogue trolls? Very welcoming. Let's just cut through the woods, I think.
Geralt, just when I was starting to miss you.
Tell me more about this mage from the Isle. Were you two close?
Never expected you'd take such an interest in my private life.
More interested to know if you bonded, as fellow magic practitioners.
Oh, we had little in common in that arena. Oh, Alexander was one of those anxious experimenters, forever short on sleep. The kind that thinks perfect happiness is an isolated tower and a full set of vials and alembics.
Any news of your sisters from the lodge?
None. We can't know too much about one another these days. It's safer that way.
Even tried to contact one another?
I've wanted to many times. But I've no way of knowing who would answer, or who might be listening.
Fyke Isle's free of its curse.
And you withheld this news until now? Why? I gave you a Xenovox. But the curse, what was its source?
You said it's one way.
The dark spell clung to the spirit of Annabelle, the Lord's daughter. To free her and the Isle, Graham, her beloved, had to help me.
So it ended well.
I lifted the curse, so the island's clear. Annabelle's soul is free. Thing is, turned out she's a pesta. Graham's dead.
And you failed to notice. You're losing your touch. Be that as it may, Fyke Isle is free of its curse. That's important. I'm almost inclined to say good work.
One thing's bothering me.
What?
Annabelle said Alexander was studying diseases. She mentioned Catriona. You knew this?
All the mages knew about it. Alexander was a highly regarded epidemiologist. I would have given anything for an opportunity to study his notes, but he guarded them jealously.
The lamp. What do you want to do with it?
As I said, you may keep it. I don't believe I shall need it anymore, given the Isle's been cleansed. I actually regret not going there with you. Perhaps we can make up for that lost time now.
Well, there's no option to make up for that lost time.
All right. Time I was on my way.
Perhaps you'd stay just a bit longer? There's one small favor you might yet do for me.
What is it?
I put in an order for a few substances from Novigrad. The trader was due to be here yesterday, but has yet to arrive. Could you see what happened? The package is rather important to me.
Why not? If he was coming here from Novigrad, he must have passed through Blackbow.
For this.
I'll check the area.
Thank you. I shall be ever so grateful.
Gratuity doesn't pay the bill, lady. Ingredients from the missing transport using Witcher senses. How far away? Not too far. We shall retrieve. And please, the sorceress, Keira Metz. She could be a good ally.
Move it.
Kill you while you're on your steed. Oh, he's high on fist tech. Oh god, there's more? Easy pickings. Easy. Blow 'em off. They don't really have much on them. Ooh, yay, an apple. Alright. Let's find that package. The hell is that awful noise?
Wide, heavy wheels.
Oh,
Water merchants.
my drowner. More. Oh, and the water pack. Great. Glad that got better. Bob and weave, baby, bob and weave. So, tracks here. A couple things must have fell off the cart, it would seem. I wonder if I'm supposed to go the other way. I have a hidden treasure over there. Let's go get it. Go get that hidden treasure. Before I split him in two. Okay. And they say crime doesn't pay. Ha! Never heard greater fucking rubbish in my life. Pays like fucking mad. We took so much loot from that old sod that we won't drink it all up in a year's time. Not even if we down my HANGMAN'S spirit like it's water and chase it with dry white from Beauclair. Some might blather nonsense about the gods punishing us and whatnot, but I'm too old to believe in fairy tales. Well, next stop, Novigrad. Well, we'll sell what we took and live like kings. Looks like you are right. Ouch.
Damn it.
I'll light you on fire. I didn't say it. Oh, shite, Geralt. Shite, Geralt. Shite, Geralt. Like, one more coming out of the water. There we go. Clear. Gotta inspect this little body here. Sodden note. Dear Bessie, we couldn't afford to pay for ourselves and Patrick, so we sent the young lad to you. I know things tough your way too, but you've 3 types of your own, so know that if I didn't have to, I'd not ask this of you. But here in Velen, well, you wouldn't believe it if I told you. Please care for Patrick like your own son. We'll come back for him soon as the war's over. 1,000 thanks, Hannah. P.S. Patrick's got a sack of coin in his bags, enough to pay his guide what we agreed on. You shouldn't have to add anything of your own. P.P.S. Patrick's afraid of the dark. If you can, leave a candle burning in his bed. By his bed. Probably not in his bed. That's a bad idea. Okie doke. I think we got all the treasure in this area that we wanted. Let's go figure out what happened to that package. There were cart tracks. Let's see where these lead. Off to the right. What's this note here? Some backstabbing cowards have deserted Crow's Perch and now prowl these lands in small bands of a few yellow-bellied cutthroats each. Travelers passing through, keep on your guard. I think I killed them already. They messed with the wrong guy. Well, they went off-roading.
Yeah, merchant traveling across Velen alone. No way that was gonna end well. Leftovers, cuts of meat, cataplepis. Wonder what spell requires that.
Water. Package for Keira.
Package still intact. Don't sense anything magic though. Wonder how Keira will explain this one. Human. From an artery. Can't be far. Wouldn't have made it.
Dead.
Hid and waited for help. It never came. That's Velen for you.
Let's see what happened to him. Volker, we've hit gold, old friend. Not only have we sold all of our stock, we have sold it for 3 times its cost. Our customers want it all. Wine from Bouclair, everything from Hales, Nueve, I don't know how to pronounce these things. The to the oldest vintages, white, red, rosa, you name it. Cadabla pas meat, pickled beef, pepper, cinnamon, cloves. I'm telling you, old friend, everything. There's one catch, however. We must deliver the goods to Velen, to a village called Midcops. I know, dangerous, but with the war and all, think of the coin. I've managed to secure a pass that will get you across the Pontar. Then it's just a hop, skip, and a jump, and you're there. You'll be fine. Klaus. P.S. We'll split the proceeds 50-50. Well, didn't end well for him. Alright, we have the package. The package is secure. And the package is now en route.
That's it, Roach.
Geralt, just when I was starting to miss you.
I got your package, ma'am.
Got those, substances you wanted?
Splendid. I can finally begin my study of double arboreal racination patterns. But first, I'll...
Brew yourself a mug of mulled wine? Saw what the wagon was carrying. Exquisite meats, expensive wines, Zerrikanian spices. Not a speck of magic. Care to tell me what you're up to?
I would rather show you, but you must wait a bit.
Color me intrigued. Fine, I'll wait.
Then shoo,
done this
outside.
much.
Gonna slip into something more comfortable?
Later. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Well, go on, out. You've been patient, thank you. It's almost ready.
Huh? If I wanted to see white mice, I'd just get drunk.
Note that I said almost. Now don't interrupt. The king within faithful.
Impressive. What happened to the third mouse?
Third mouse. What happened to it?
The spell has a 66.67% chance of success. I always use one more than I need, just in case.
So where did... Keira, can I explain what's going on here?
Know the fairy tale about Cinderella?
Mm-hmm. True story it's based on, too. A Zoogle cropped up in a palace pond and ate Princess Cinderella whole. Left behind one slipper, so...
I beg you, not another word about Zoogles. Now, to return to the fairy tale. I'd like to escape these ghastly swamps for one magical night. I don't need a fairy godmother. I'll cast the spells myself. But I could use a Prince Charming. It just so happens you're the only decent candidate in all Velen. So, what do you say to a moonlight ride on horseback? And dinner?
Ah, she's flirting with me. Why not?
Sounds tempting.
She's a cute
So
sorceress.
tempting, I don't think I can refuse.
Before we go, there's one more thing.
Gonna transform a pumpkin into a carriage?
No. I shall transform our rancid rags into something more glamorous. Don't wince. It'll only be an illusion, won't hurt a bit. And at dawn, everything will return to normal.
Why not?
Why not?
Might as well go all out.
Then hold on tight. Gavella Glan. So, what do you think? Neckline too modest?
Looks like the
It's just
exact
right.
same outfit
Oh, I might also have
chose.
changed your hair colour while I was at
back in
it. I've
Vizima.
always fancied dark-haired men. Oh well, any port in a storm.
Well, off we go. Dinner's waiting. Last one there does the dishes.
Giddy up.
Oh, it's a race. Our first horse race, but it's not on Roach. Will that cripple us? What if we use all this horse stamina? Will she pass us? Yeah, she's catching up.
Yeah, yeah!
Whoa,
Cinderella. yeah.
We'll have a great fall.
Ha! As fast as you can. Try to catch me.
Not play dirty and just cut her off. And the horse is pooped. We did it.
Congratulations. You'd make an excellent jockey.
If only I were a foot shorter and 5 stone lighter.
Well, yes. But then I'd not have invited you here. Now do you see why I needed those substances?
Beef and cinnamon and
Will be
cloves,
charming.
roasted capon with shallots. It was worth the trouble.
Shall I pour the white or the...
Dry red, but let it breathe a little first.
Well, well, never took you for a wine connoisseur.
Think witchers suck the marrow out of drowner bones and wash it down with puddle water?
More or less. Well, we've chatted long enough on empty stomachs. Let's dig in.
Must have cost you a small fortune. Sure you don't need me to pitch in?
Please, I manage. You know, a dozen eggs here, a cock or gander there. Besides, my finances are about to improve.
How's that?
How, if you don't mind my asking? I mean, you'd think the only work to be had in Velen would be in farming.
Very true. So, I've two options. I can either start cultivating turnips or leave. But that's not what I wish to discuss. Thank you once again, Geralt, for your help with the tower. You were fabulous.
Not the first curse I've lifted.
But among the most difficult, correct? What happened on that island? Why, I shiver at the thought. And the laboratory. I sincerely hope you burnt everything. The cages, the corpses, the papers.
Whoa, that one's forward. Should we tell her we didn't destroy the workshop? We'll see why she is interested.
Why are you
in it.
even interested?
Because I grasped the importance of the studies conducted there. In the wrong hands, the findings could do immense harm. I'm sorry. Such a gloomy subject to broach. I simply shouldn't have, not during our romantic dinner.
Romantic? Thought we came here as friends.
Friends. With benefits. So...
Oh, she wants the bone. Who's Geralt to say no? She's throwing it at him. And Yin
Your
is
fairy
just
tale, your rules.
very nice all the time.
Really? Then close your eyes and count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right, that's enough.
Where'd she go?
Keira, wanna play hide and seek? Why not?
Oh, here's a clue.
A skirt? Guess we're
So-
playing hunt the hare, not hide and seek.
A skirt. And this.
Good. Won't have to fumble with fasteners. Shame. Could have kept her shoes on.
Why? Hello
Found
there.
me. Congratulations.
So this is how you reward.
Do I get a prize?
I have nothing on me, but I'll think of something.
Well, Geralt, if coin can't satisfy, I'm sure this is a close runner-up.
Know what they call that constellation in Zerrikania?
Dragon something, I bet.
No, it has a different name. Bit indecent, actually. Lean closer and I'll whisper it in your ear. Egfain Nave.
Did she just put a spell on us?
Keira? Where? Put me to sleep with a spell. Means she's up to something. Fyke Isle. The tower.
There's something there that she wants. Should we go stop her? Should we swim across, or is there a quicker way? Is there a boat nearby? That'll probably be the more simple thing to do. I think we'll finish and figure out this whole Fyke Isle ordeal and Keira's interest with it before we end the night. We'll find all those rot fiends in this area. It's like all the lights are on in the tower. She's up to something. Boat damage. Coming in hot. Leave the helm, Geralt. Ghouls are back.
A light. Top floor of the tower.
The research papers.
So, found what you were looking for?
Yes, thanks for asking. How are you feeling? Sleep well?
What do you want with those papers?
Why, I aim to use them to continue important work that a man's tragic death put on hold. Alexander was studying the Catriona plague. I'll use his notes to produce medication, perhaps a cure, or at least a vaccine.
Strictly humanitarian motivations, is that it?
Nope, strictly selfish ones. The mighty would pay willingly for such a remedy. Can you imagine how much? Take Radovid, for instance. Why, he might even consider forgetting my past associations with the Lodge.
Leverage is her goal. But I don't think Radovid's the caring type. Knowing what we have read from that book, the sternness of him.
You're either incredibly gullible, or you're trying to play me again.
Whatever do you mean?
Radovid has one objective: to defeat Emir. Curing Catriona, stopping the plague, won't help him do that. So he'll either burn you at the stake with those notes among the kindling, or he'll make you use them to create a weapon.
He's overseeing
Don't
the
be
eternal
ridiculous.
fire.
Bacteria cannot be controlled.
Not yet. But it's possible in theory, isn't it?
In theory, it's just as possible for a dachshund to impregnate a she-wolf. I don't have time to debate this, Geralt. I'm going to see Radovid whether you like it or not.
We should stop her.
Keira, I won't let you do this. Thousands of lives in exchange for your amnesty might seem a fair price to you, not to me.
I'll not give you these notes. I'll not give you anything.
Ouch.
Please, don't make me.
Shut up and draw your sword.
Uh-oh. Whoa, really? He's fighting her, eh? Didn't think it'd come to that. Your shoes. Maybe that might help you not get hit so damn hard. That's stronger than what you're wearing. Any boots are probably stronger than what you're wearing. Those are better. Okay. Ouch. Got her. Is she dead? She's dead. I've never done that in the story before.
Didn't have to end this way.
Well, I've never done it that way before. If I remember right, there was one storyline mode where she helps later on, so we made a wrong decision somewhere. Necromancy, the forbidden magic. It is commonly said that the magic is neither good nor evil, that it transcends the moral criteria of men, that it depends on the mage whether it will be used for worthy goals or for shameful and immoral deeds. There is, however, one key exception to this principle: necromancy. Proponents of this branch of magic once supposed that one can also do good by reviving corpses. Dead men can, after all, hide secrets which may save the living. It is better to send an army of reanimated corpses into battle than to squander the life of those in whose veins hot blood still flows. Moreover, a revived soldier may be reused many times until such members are chopped off so as to make his flesh unusable. Though it is hard to refute the logic of these arguments, the practice of necromancy is still forbidden. This is not at all based on the rabble's superstitions about the living dead, nor the resistance of the powerful afraid those they have murdered could be forced to confess against them, nor the moral scruples of the older members of the conclave, who were, in fact, laughed down as reactionaries when it was discussed. The fate of necromancy was sealed by the observation of Hin Gita-neath, which was later confirmed by manifold experiences, proving the revived dead are always unpredictable, and reviving them always involves entirely negative side effects. In other words, no matter how noble a mage's motives might be, a necromancy will always lead to evil. It seems that in this way the gods let us know that we should not transgress the laws they have given us, and even the conclave must respect the will of the gods. So don't bring back the dead. Bad things happen. Well, in a way, I am sorry, Keira. Things could have been different, but it's the way it goes, I guess. Upward and onward. Anyway, I think we completed that quest. Next time, I think we'll, maybe we'll go meet the Bloody Baron. Get into that story quest. It's a good one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Stay fun.